Hey everyone, welcome back to Today Assets Report, your number one destination for the hottest and most up-to-date news in the cryptocurrency world. If this is your first time joining us, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell because today we are covering some absolutely mind-blowing developments with XRP that you definitely do not want to miss. We're going deep into what's causing XRP to go absolutely insane right now. And believe me when I say you need to stick around for this entire video because the XRP market is experiencing some truly wild movements, and the implications for holders and potential investors are absolutely massive. Let's dive straight into this because honestly, when the market is moving at this kind of speed, there's absolutely no time to waste. XRP has been making some seriously explosive moves recently. And if you've been keeping even a casual eye on your portfolio or glancing at the charts, you've definitely noticed some pretty substantial price action that has the entire crypto community talking nonstop. The energy and excitement surrounding XRP right now is unlike anything we've witnessed in quite a while, and there are several major factors and catalysts driving this incredible momentum that we absolutely need to break down and analyze together. What we're seeing isn't just some random pump or a temporary spike that's going to vanish overnight. There are genuine, legitimate, fundamental reasons powering this movement, and understanding these critical factors is absolutely essential if you want to make smart, informed decisions about your cryptocurrency investments. The XRP community has been patiently waiting for moments exactly like this one, and now that things are finally heating up and gaining serious traction, the massive question on everyone's mind is whether this is just the beginning of something exponentially bigger or if we're approaching a critical turning point that could completely reshape the landscape of digital assets and crypto investing. Now, one of the absolute biggest things that's been fueling this incredible surge in XRP is the ongoing legal battle between Ripple and the SEC, which has been absolutely dominating headlines and creating massive waves throughout the entire cryptocurrency industry for what honestly feels like forever at this point. The developments and updates in this case have been absolutely monumental and game-changing, and literally every single update seems to send immediate shockwaves through the market that create substantial and instant price reactions. What's really fascinating and interesting is how the overall sentiment has been shifting dramatically as more and more information comes out and as we get closer and closer to potential resolutions or major milestones in this high-stakes legal battle. Investors and traders who have been following this case closely and paying attention understand that the ultimate outcome could have profound and far-reaching implications not just for XRP specifically, but for the entire regulatory framework and legal structure surrounding cryptocurrencies in the United States and potentially across the entire world. The stakes absolutely could not be higher. And that's precisely why we're seeing such intense volatility and such passionate, emotional reactions from both dedicated supporters and harsh critics of XRP. Every single court filing, every statement from legal experts and analysts, every tiny hint about what might happen next, all of these factors are contributing to this absolutely wild and crazy ride that XRP holders are experiencing right now, and it's creating an environment and atmosphere where fortunes can literally change dramatically in extremely short periods of time. But here's where things get even more interesting and compelling, and this is something that honestly not enough people are talking about or paying attention to, in my opinion. Beyond just the legal situation and court battles, there are significant technological developments and impressive real-world adoption metrics that are painting a very compelling and attractive picture for XRP's future potential and long-term viability. We're actively seeing major financial institutions and payment providers continuing to explore and implement innovative solutions that utilize XRP and the XRP ledger for cross-border transactions and lightning-fast settlements, which is exactly the core use case that Ripple has been promoting and pushing for years and years now. The underlying technology itself has proven to be incredibly fast, remarkably efficient, and extremely cost-effective when compared to traditional payment rails and banking systems, and that powerful value proposition is becoming increasingly attractive as the global financial system continues to evolve and modernize, and as traditional institutions desperately look for ways to upgrade their outdated infrastructure. What's particularly noteworthy and impressive is that despite all the massive regulatory uncertainty and challenging legal battles, The actual utility and real-world adoption of the technology hasn't slowed down at all. If anything, it's been accelerating and gaining momentum in certain regions and sectors around the world. This interesting disconnect between the legal drama and the technological progress is creating a really fascinating dynamic that sophisticated and experienced investors are paying very close attention to, because it strongly suggests that regardless of how certain regulatory battles ultimately play out, there's genuine demand and authentic use cases for this technology that could support serious long-term value creation. The price action we've been witnessing lately has been absolutely nothing short of spectacular and breathtaking, with XRP posting impressive gains that have left even experienced and seasoned traders completely stunned and scrambling to adjust their positions and trading strategies. We've seen multiple powerful breakouts above key resistance levels that had been holding the price down for extended periods of time, and the massive volume accompanying these explosive moves suggests that there's real conviction and serious money behind this rally, rather than just speculative froth or market manipulation. Technical analysts and chart experts are pointing to various indicators and patterns that suggest we could genuinely be in the early stages of a much larger move, with some price projections and targets that would put XRP at levels that seem almost unbelievable compared to where we've been trading for the past couple of years. Of course, it's absolutely important to maintain perspective and not get completely swept up entirely in hype and euphoria, but at the same time, completely ignoring the powerful signals that the market is currently giving us would be equally foolish and short-sighted. The chart is telling a very clear story right now, and that story is one of accumulation, breakout, and potentially the beginning of a major new trend that could carry prices significantly higher if the momentum continues building and if the fundamental catalysts keep materializing and delivering results. What's also really fascinating about the current situation is the social sentiment and incredible community engagement surrounding XRP, which has reached levels that we honestly haven't seen in years and years. The XRP Army, as the passionate and dedicated community of supporters is often called, has been absolutely relentless and unstoppable in spreading information, challenging negative narratives, and maintaining optimism and positivity even through the darkest and most uncertain periods of doubt. This powerful grassroots support creates an incredibly strong network effect that absolutely should not be underestimated or dismissed, because these are the dedicated people who will hold through extreme volatility, who will buy the dips without hesitation, and who will enthusiastically evangelize the technology to others. Social media metrics, trending topics, search volume, and engagement across all major platforms are showing massive spikes and increases that correlate very strongly with price action and momentum, suggesting that there's genuine interest and authentic attention being paid to XRP right now, rather than just algorithmic trading or institutional manipulation behind the scenes. When retail investors start paying serious attention and getting genuinely excited about a particular asset or cryptocurrency, that can create powerful self-reinforcing cycles that drive prices much higher than purely fundamental analysis would suggest, is rational or justified. And we've definitely seen this phenomenon play out with XRP in the past during previous bull runs and explosive rallies. The regulatory landscape itself is also evolving in ways that could be tremendously beneficial for XRP and for the broader cryptocurrency industry, even though it might not always feel that way when you're reading scary headlines about enforcement actions and lawsuits. The reality is that regulatory clarity, even if it comes with certain restrictions and requirements, is generally much better for legitimate projects and serious long-term investors than the current state of ambiguity and selective enforcement that has characterized much of the past several years. As proper frameworks get established and as important precedents get set through court cases and legislative action, companies will have much clearer guidelines about what they can and cannot do, and investors will have better information about the legal status and risks associated with different assets. XRP finds itself right at the center of this regulatory evolution because of the extremely high-profile nature of the Ripple case, and while that's created tremendous uncertainty and volatility, it also means that when resolutions finally come, they're likely to have outsized impact on XRP's trajectory and future success.